Okay.
And boom, should be soon.
It has a look. Okay, I can see it.
Okay, sweet. So you are the Lucian.
Correct.
Nice. And so you wanted to focus on after gaining an advantage, you want to know how you can like push it or maintain your advantage and like get a bigger one, right? You know, snowball into
Yeah,
a victory.
kinda. Yeah, yeah, I guess so.
All right, all right. Do. Let's
Because
speed it
like
up here. Hmm?
I ended the game with a really strong KDA, but I didn't like I barely had like I had about the same amount of damage as Rengar, who was also fed, and I don't know. I just felt like I didn't have that much damage, and I didn't really do anything
Okay,
to win the
okay.
game.
Honestly, it's playing AD carry. Like, people think playing like mid and like AD carry is all about like doing the most damage. It's not necessarily true,
Okay.
because you know, as an AD carry or like a mid laner, you can win a fight by yourself by doing zero damage, right? You agree
Okay.
with that? Like for an example, if you're playing mid lane and you have a Zanya's and the enemy mid laner is playing Annie, so say she like flash Timber ults you, right, and you Zanya's it, and then your whole team kills her because she like messed up.
Okay.
You won the
Yeah.
fight. You won the fight by doing zero damage, right? So
Yeah.
it's not always about the damage. Anyways, I like what you did there. You pushed for the level 2. That was really good. And then you went to war to make sure there's no like cheesy gank coming.
Yeah.
Um, so in this lane, you have like Blitz, which is like an all-in kind of catch support versus Karma, which is very much poking, right? Poking
Mhm.
and trading. So I like what you're doing here, right? You're pushing them in so that if Blitz ever decides to like force his hand, show his hand, and show that their jungler's coming, he runs at you and you know when a gank is
Yeah.
happening. So that's good, right? Pushing them in is
Which
very good.
he actually does do that pretty soon, I think.
That's good. That's
And
good. So far, so good. You have a pretty big CS advantage over Twitch, which is good.
yeah.
Wow, what the hell? Someone got executed. So yeah, you should win this for sure. Cause Blitz hooked the support. Seems
Mhm.
good. Good. You want on Twitch. So far, so good. Very clean. Very clean. I like it. Very clean. Let's fast forward a little bit. I guess here, okay. Let's watch this real quick. I think you're trying to hit the Twitch here, right? Or is that like
Um.
something else? Or you're just trying to push?
Wait, can you rewind it again one more time?
Yeah, sure.
I was trying to hit the Twitch,
Okay.
but I missed.
That makes sense. And then fast forward a little bit. Okay, you guys headed. Oh, you see the Zac. Good. Already baited. Jungle pressure. So far, doing great, right? Trying to aim for the Twitch again. That's fine. Just be careful. I'm sure you know this, but every time you miss Q, you just don't have it and you like start losing a lot of mana. So even though you created like a really big advantage earlier, the more like mana you use, the less pressure you have, if that makes any sense. Right now this Twitch knows you can't just like E dash in and Q him because then you'll have zero mana, right?
Yeah.
So if you ever like use abilities, make sure they hit, right? It's like goes without saying, but that was really good. Hold up. Like for example, because oh, interesting. Okay. No, that was fine.
See, I was walking up to try to hit the Twitch in case he walked up, but he didn't, so I just went for the Blitz.
That's perfectly fine. That was good. I approve. So when you're in this kind of position, against all-in supports, this is just like a side tidbit thing, but against like supports that want to chase you down the lane, for example, like Thresh, Blitz, Morgana, whatever, those kind of catch supports, the more you trade away, the worse it is for you because it's harder for you to get away from their jungler, if that makes sense, right? Just keep that in mind. That
Wait. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So keep that in mind. As like a pushing kind of bot lane, a non all it like this, it makes it easier. The more you trade away stuff, the easier it is for them to win a fight. If you trade away stuff and you don't get enough out of it, so you guys like traded evenly, right? So everyone's like kind of 70% ish health. So Blitz is like all inning here. There's no way you guys can win, right? Because enough stuff has been traded away that the all in is gonna win, right? If that makes any sense.
So, It kind of does, but like, so how do you guarantee that you're gonna like get a very favorable trade? I guess.
If we go back, sometimes it's unavoidable, right? Your support gets hooked. Literally not your fault. What can you do? The best thing you can do is to make sure that every time you do poke or you do trade, you don't miss the poke. You don't take bad trades. Right? You can only focus on like yourself. So far, it's so good, right? But if you wanted to like nitpick, I don't think you should at this point. But if you wanted to nitpick, you missed like a few cues. If you had hit that twitch, 0% chance they could like do anything, right? So it's all about perfection. Even though it's like kind of hard to say it because you know your support is like being monkey sometimes. It's like what can you do, right? So it's not your fault that this guy does not realize the danger he's in, right? I don't even know how he gets away, but this guy definitely should have died, right?
Yeah.
Look how close it is. So, but it's good that you play that correctly, right? There's no mistakes. This is good, right? Just be careful. Try to recognize when situations like that occur, right? Because that's how people most often die to like blitzcrank thresh, all that other stuff. They're like, lol, we poked them down low, now we can push up, and then he just like lantern flash flay, and then the jump goes there, right? So everyone's seen it like 10 times at least, but it's good that you didn't die. This is good. Good. You already baited out like 2-3 ganks. So far so good, right? Like the fact that your top in your jungle died, not your fault at all. That has nothing to do with you. You're doing your job. So
Okay.
This is all good so far. Laning phase is clean. Okay, interesting. Okay. Let's go back to this. So when you're going back to the Q snipes and stuff, okay, I would say that was fine. What I was gonna say is that you always I always talk about value, right? You always want like good value on your abilities. This is great value. If this is not an all-in, if this is just poke, right? This is only like this is just weird because your karma gets hooked. So this is not your fault. I would say this is acceptable. But if your karma had gotten hooked before you used your Q, the best value you can get is an auto Q auto, right? Instead of just the Q.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's not your fault at all because you didn't know karma was gonna get hooked, right? So this is all fine. But be careful about chasing, right? I saw you wanted to like click on this hit this twitch or whatever to try and like stop the twitch from going in your karma. Once you've accomplished that, you just gotta run, right?
Okay.
You don't actually want to fight minions here. I don't know why this guy's doing here, but I guess you baited out another game. That's really good. Okay, that was really nice. This is really good. Right, all that sequence of events is really good. This gank is not gonna work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
There's no way this gank. Yeah, okay. So if you think it's not gonna work, just like backping. They just backping these guys. This is a waste of time.
Okay.
This is like yeah. It's not your fault, right? Not your fault. So, but in solo queue, if you ever oh Jesus, yeah. See, that's what happens. That's what happens when your teammates like kill themselves. The only thing you can realistically do is like spam ping if you recognize it's a bad situation, right?
Okay, yeah.
In my books, this does not count as a mistake. You just let your team. This is not your fault, pretty much. I don't know. He killed himself, so I don't know what's going on here, but.
Yeah, it's a clown fiesta.
I think this is good so far, honestly. Okay, watch out for this guy though. That could have been awkward, real quick. Oh, another gank. All right, not bad. Okay, let's watch this. Okay. Here's one thing to note: when you're low mana on any champion, value becomes a little different. And what I mean by that is, now that you don't have like a full mana bar, what could have been good value before is now less valuable. Like for example, even though you hit him, your Q is like rank 3, right? And you hit him with the Q, right? This is like usually this is really good, but since you have no mana, it's like not as good because even if you hit him, you're not gonna be able to do anything off that because he's just gonna kill up before that, right? Like, right. You see what I mean, right?
Yeah, I do. He's gonna lifesteal anyways, and I'm not gonna be able to.
Exactly, and if he like tries to lifesteal, meaning you can't stop him because you don't have enough mana, right? So always be cautious when you have less than like half your mana bar. when it gets to like 30%, if you can't do your full combo, start saving mana pretty much.
Okay. Okay.
Because if you can't do your full combo, that's like less. Your opponent doesn't have to be afraid. Like if this Blitz has 25 mana, his hook does not matter anymore, right?
You're right.
So that's that's all that's all I mean by that. Oh wow, okay, nice dodge. Nice dodge.
Thank you.
Good stuff, good stuff. So yeah, now this is kind of dicey to say because there's no way you guys can really realistically push. You don't have
Yeah, I
mana,
think I'm
right?
back here actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, kind of force the back or you stay and you have no pressure, right? So kind of a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
It's fine if you lose 6 minions here.
Should I have stayed longer for my mana, or do you think it's fine to go with like half mana?
I think that if you're not in danger of losing minions, just get all your mana back. Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to leave base with like just like you did, because I was super impatient. But a lot of times I found myself like trading or poking and stuff, and I was like out of mana already. I was like, wait, what the hell? Someone pointed it out to me, and I was like, all right, you're right. I should just stay in base for the full mana, right? Because like we noticed, like we said before, if you have no mana, you can't do anything. This amount of mana that you're missing, that allows you to do something, right? So
Right.
if you can get like any amount of mana back for like 1 second of staying in base, you might as well. Okay, so they're missing. So here, I would recommend you just push, but last hitting is also fine. Going for the Q poke again. That's nice. Nice try, nice try.
I have a question. Realistically, does every Lucian, like even like challenger players, miss their Q? Like periodically?
Yeah, all the time. So every time you're looking for this, so like in my ranks or higher than my rank right now, every time they're looking for this, right, the other guy is watching him look for it. So he's trying to bait him into queuing him, so then he sidesteps it, right? Does that make sense?
Okay.
He's like, he's gonna try and queue this minion, so I'm gonna walk like an inch up the instant he like does it. So
I mean, I think people do that in this elo too.
In this rank, it's more about like actually hitting people. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard to hit people in the first place with this Q, the Lucian Q, to be honest, going through minions. But
how are my combos like? Well, I guess you haven't really seen too much of that actually.
Yeah, so far everything's fine. Honestly, so far so good.
Okay.
No complaints here. What rank is this again?
This is Diamond 3.
Okay. Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
I think I die right here.
So this right. Remember the situation we said you'd never want in the middle, right? Because Blitzcrank is like Blitzcrank, Thresh, Morag, all that stuff will chase you down the lane. And you can't really tell if they're going to all in or not because they're not at their tower, right? If they leave their tower, you know. But here they can just like run forward into the bush, run back, do that mind game shit or whatever. So every time you're in a situation like this, honestly, the correct choice is to not be in a spot where he can run at you and then hook. He even has flash, right? So if he flash ults and then hooks you, you have no response, right? So
okay, yeah.
If we see this is good. If you have Rengar behind you doing this Gromp, because then he comes down for the 3v3 and you win, right? Theoretically.
Okay. Yeah.
But if this guy's like topside doing whatever, you just can't be here, right? So try and recognize situations like this. When you theoretically cannot last hit in this situation. Because you have to pretend Zack's there and Blitz is gonna force on you. So here
makes sense.
you can go take the Scuttle Crab, ward up their dragon. You can group mid and push. You guys killed someone mid, or you can start taking camps because Rengar's taking their camps, right? Something that doesn't involve this. Alternatively, you can burn abilities for lower value in order to gain a health advantage. Like for example, if you're playing like Varus. If this Blitz walks up like that and you can take out like half of his health or more, you go for it with your ult, right? To make sure that they can't do that force play. If you have to do that, right? But as Lucian, your ultimate is actually not that useful against the tankier supports right now. So even if you ult this guy, it's like kind of sad, right? You can't really do much. So here you just honestly, you go for the Gromp. Probably. Or you just wait it out at your tower, right? There's nothing you can do here. Right?
Right. And I was also just being kind of cocky, thinking I could just easily dodge his Q, but...
That's true. There's an old saying that says, just because you can doesn't mean you should. right? Everyone
Okay.
does it. Let's be honest. Everyone does. You're like, yo, I can dodge this hook. Watch me, and then they get hit, right? It's really funny. But a lot of times you must resist that temptation, right? Like Lucian Q, right? Just because you can doesn't mean you should take that Q.
Right. So you're saying if the lane is already in a bad position, you need to take advantage somewhere else. Like you need to get an advantage from something else, like Gromp or Scuttle or whatever.
So
That's what you're saying?
If we're looking at this, if you think that this position, if you go back to doing what you're doing, if you think that is not correct, do something else. Figure out what you should be doing. Like anything that doesn't involve dying is better than dying, right?
So like say I know for a fact Zach is bot, and I can't even stay in lane. I should just go Gromp because Rengar's top side.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like let's look at our options. Option one, like be a god, right? You can try and bait out this gank, dodge his hook, outplay the 2v3. But what is the risk reward? The reward, you bait it out a gank. That's really good. But at the same time, this Zach isn't going to do anything on the rest of the map because your team's already killing them, and Zach's not going to fight them anyways. So the reward is actually not that great, right?
Okay.
Sure, you baited out a gank, but this is the only lane he can gank anyways. And the risk, you guys died 2v, you guys get double killed bot, negating the kill that your team got, and then you like lose tower, lose dragon control, right? Something like that. So it's like low reward, high risk. So you look at that option and you just try and improve on that. So what else can you do? You can go do Gromp. There's like zero risk and zero like little reward, but the zero risk is important because your team is already winning the other side of the map. You don't really need to do anything, right? All you need to do is like go neutral, and then you're like quote unquote winning the game. Other things you can do, you can ward, you can back. Backing is probably kind of like a poor option because what can you buy? But
Right.
anything is anything goes as long as you don't lose out, right? And what I mean by lose out is you don't get punished. Like yeah, I would say you can go for this 2v3 if you really think you can outplay these guys. If you've been watching this blitz and he's actually boosted, you're like, okay, I can outplay this guy. I mean, go for it. But if it's like same skill level, I wouldn't go for it, right? Like if this was like 4 LCS players, five LCS players, I would not go for it, right? So
Right.
I'd be like, yeah, no thanks, man. I would just wait until I'm seeing what's going on the other side of the map, right? Another option you can do is like try and chunk this guy out, but that's also dangerous because he hooks you when you try and ult, right? So that's kind of annoying.
Right.
So yeah. Always try if you only see bad options, try and improve on your bad options, right? That's where a lot of players get like caught out in solo queue, right? They're like they just like they get ganked 3v1, they get tower dove because their support's roaming, and they're like, all right, I guess they just spawn and go back bot, but they're just waiting in this bush again, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just waiting before they get to the tower and they die again, that's because they don't know there are other options. So anything but try, if you recognize bad situations, try and improve on them instead of going back to the bad option.
Okay.
So right, so like that is considered a throw, right? Because
Right.
it is something you could have prevented, and it was negative towards your team, right? So right, okay, good Q pucks though, for the most part. He's got low mana, right? So when I see this, I'm like, he has almost no kill pressure. He can only use his E or his W, not both. So if this guy's running at me, I know they have a Zac here, right? Unless this guy's retarded. So
I think he's just retarded, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, you just automatically win this. All right, you're saving your ult, right? And then you just automatically win this. Oh wait, you don't have your ultimate.
Twitch dies too, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you just I don't know what they were doing, but anyways, good job. So you see this. I'm not sure if you could dive this. So if I were you, I just push this in back or push this and go help dragon.
Okay.
One thing to remember is that you want to, if you win a situation, and this is like a situation, right? If you win, you want to be back to lane before they can take advantage of you not being there. And what I mean by that is if you stay too long in the field, they will get something, right? For example, you've seen it all the time. People try and push mid tower and then they back and the other team barons, right? That's what I mean by staying too long in the field, right? You want to time your arrival back, like you're back, and then come back with them spawning and coming back to lane, right? You don't want them to
Okay.
take dragon while you're backing. So that's why I'm saying you push this and you do something, or you push this and you back, because you don't have that much time before they spawn and come back. You also don't want this Twitch to roam to another lane, because that's super annoying for your team, right? Twitch, Jin, Ashe, whatever, they always have that option of running down mid and throwing shit at your mid laner. So you always want to punish them if they ever do something like that. So if you back here, good option. If you think there's nothing else to get, this is a good option, right? So
I think I actually
agree
stay.
with this. Okay,
But-
this is another option. If you have no other options and you think you can ambush them when they try and come back to lane, right? You think this guy's coming back to lane and it's meeting in the middle. You sit in this bush and you kill him, right? That's also a good option, right?
Yeah, because
As
I sorry, go ahead.
no. What were you saying?
I said I pinged Rengar to come kill him again because I knew he had no summoners, so I figured it was pretty free.
Yeah, this is really good. This is really good. Right? Even if he doesn't show up, he's getting denied farm, right? And you're getting XP. So this is
Right.
good. This is a good option, right? This is actually really smart. So you guys just walk all over this guy. I'm sure. Okay, that was a good combo, right? This is good so far. So far so good, right? W auto Q auto, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was good. No complaints on your mechanics so far. So this should be dragon or tower. Maybe mid's missing, so maybe it's dangerous to go for this, but
Yeah.
that's fine, honestly. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, okay. Whenever I see something like this, I always tell people to be triggered when you see an objective. And what I mean by that is every time you're attacking a tower, defending a tower, doing Baron, Dragon, red buff, blue buff, even camp sometimes, fighting for wards, ask yourself, is this safe? What can go wrong? So when I said I saw that mid laner missing, I was saying, I doubt that you can take this because this Morgana is on the way, right? And Blitz can force, right? As we know, Blitz, Thresh, Morgana, whatever support can force by CCing someone, right? Like this.
Right.
This is honestly he played this really badly, right? And I think you know that because he can just he can just hold on to the hook, right? So I don't know why he's hooking here, but your support should die here for sure, right? This Blitz just like messed this up, but I mean, even though the Blitz messed it up, you guys still couldn't get anything out of this, right? I think you should have helped your Rengar. Oh wow, yeah, you should have helped your Rengar because Zach is like messing with him now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like really awkward. He's probably just gonna E out or something. Yeah. So if we go back to this, you recognize situations like this, right? Okay, pushing in is good. You kill the Twitch. Okay, now get something, or back, right? So.
Well, I
wanna-
was going to back, but then the karma kept pinging me to take the tower, so I was just like, all right, whatever.
Don't listen to your team, dude. The number one cause of death in solo queue is listening to your teammates when they do a back call, right? No one will always have 100% good calls, right? No one you ever meet in this game will ever have 100% good calls, right? And not even Faker, not even like High, none of the pros. Every pro makes mistakes, right? So that goes to show that every player in this game makes mistakes when they call out objectives. Even you, even me, we all make mistakes, right? So if you think this is not the right call, you don't follow it, okay?
Okay.
Unless he's like they're like edge cases where your whole team decides to follow it. In that case, you're like shit. You might as well. But if it's something like this and you think it's dangerous, don't do it, right? Because this is it's like wasting the advantage you got, right? If you don't back here or if you don't help Dragon or this is like negative impact, right? If you don't agree with the call, don't follow it, pretty much.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Like this, how do you get this tower? How many hits do you need to kill this thing? Like this Blitz can not be here, and you guys would like get it, and then they'd get Dragon or something like that. It's like not good. I don't know. It's not possible. If this was at 200 health, you go, yeah, sure, go for it. Like I would agree. Maybe I would agree that this could be a good call, but there's just no way you're gonna get this tower. So why are you here? Tower damage. It's like I don't know what Karma's thinking, but tower damage usually not something you go for in this game. At this meta at least. Like
Okay.
tower damage, like you going for tower damage at the risk of like losing tempo or like dying is like really bad, right? So if you think it's a bad call, don't follow it. Spam ping, right? Like before, your team was chasing them into a blitz hook. Spam ping if you think it's bad. So yeah, I personally would have gone Dragon if Rengar really wanted it. Otherwise, I would have backed, right? That's kind of sad how he got outsmited, but what can you do? Okay, what's going on here? Okay, this is really awkward. Not
Yeah.
good. Yeah, this is just like you stop fighting here. Okay, when you see this, you let that guy die. He either gets out, nothing you can do will let him live, or whatever, right? He either gets out by himself or he's gone, right? So you let him go. Like what can you do? Like you should save your ult, right? Because what can you do?
That's true. Okay.
It's like you can say you can maybe make the like argument that use your ult to try and scare them off, but ultimately what if they're not scared off? You just wasted an ult, right? Something like that. It had low value. You always want high value. Oh wow, Annie's like going in, and you try to avoid helping stupid teammates. I just don't see how you guys can win this. Honestly, the camera's not over there, so I can't see, but it looks like it's Annie like killed herself, right? So and then everyone's like gonna jump in and kill themselves too. So this is kind of awkward. That was also awkward.
You didn't see that.
Nice try. Yeah. So if your team does something stupid, like I will let this guy die. What can you realistically do?
Well, their health is low now. You can't see it, but their health is really low.
Okay. So yeah, that's awkward too. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess it turned out okay, but
I don't know how, but it did.
Just remember, if your team does something dumb, let them die, unless you think you can help, right? And save your abilities. I know it's tempting to, like, if your team's running, it's tempting to like use your important abilities to try and scare them off. But unless it's a major turn or that ability is gonna like stop them from chasing you, don't use it. You need like high value off it, especially when your teammates are like throwing the game, right? So here, push this in and back, right? You probably can't push another wave. You let them freeze that or whatever. Yeah, this is good. Good. Back here. Okay, good. Nice.
Yeah, I think that's one of my problems is I don't get high value out of my ultimate a lot, and it kind of just goes to waste.
That's a big problem with like Lucian and Ezreal players, right? It's very obvious on Ashe and like Varus. You're like, oh my god, I missed my all team spam pings me, and I know I did bad. But like Lucian and Ezreal, no one's gonna like question you for using a bad ult. So it's up to you to like figure out if it's good or not. Pretty much, if you're in doubt of like good value, always hold on to it because an opportunity will present itself, right? Eventually, an opportunity will present itself, right? So if you're always like wondering if it's a good ult or not, hold on to it. It'll be very obvious when it's a good ult. Like Twitch chases and then decides it's a bad chase. Then you turn around, you ult him to his death, right? So that would be like an example of a good ult.
Okay.
Something like that. Like getting a full ult off on a squishy target is good, right? Obviously. So always hold on to it if you're unsure.
So, should I never use my ultimate on like a tanky target, except for if it's obviously they're really low and it's already free killed, but there's no other circumstances where I should use my ultimate on a tanky target?
Yeah, like pretty much. Unless you're gonna kill them, or unless you like for some reason really need that black cleaver shred. That like never happens. You pretty much save it for the highest value possible, right? You gotta kill people pretty much with it, or do like all their health with it, zone them out with it, something like that.
Okay.
Like when you see like bronze, silver, like gold Lucian players start out a fight by using an ultimate on a tank and it does like a fourth of their health, it's like what? What were they thinking there, right? Just because you landed on someone doesn't mean it's good, right? Here, I was gonna say you should push this instead of freezing this. The reason why is because Twitch comes out of stealth and then it's a party down bot, right? So definitely push this to try and figure out where this Twitch is, and then you run mid here in case some shit goes on, right? Definitely run mid. You don't want to keep going bot. Yeah, that's scary. To me, that's like super scary. When they have like Blitz and Twitch just like out of vision, you don't know what's going on. So I would go mid here. Immediately push and then go help your team. Okay. Yeah, I think your team just like died. That's not your fault, but unless you can like see these two people and you can win this 2v2, you don't stay down here like this. Like you can see them, which is why you can win, right? So
I actually die here, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
that's awkward.
Yeah, I didn't expect Twitch to get there that quickly. I think is what happened. I don't remember. It was just really stupid.
They probably saw you. If you see the blue pings, they saw you in the dragon, I think. But yeah, this is like.
Yeah. I thought Twitch was still closer to the bot lane.
this is like one of those times where it looks good, but it's not, right? So
Right.
if you want to like take a look at this, you can justify this by saying, yo, we can go for this blitz if I kill him within a reasonable amount of time. And what that means is because you have no mid laner and your team's like off doing something else, you gotta kill him immediately and get out. If you cannot do that, you don't do this play. Or if you realize you can't do it in the middle of the play, you abandon the play. You gotta back. You gotta cancel the play. You gotta run.
Okay.
So when I it looks good at first, right? But that blitz totally could have lived, right? You usually don't want to go for this kind of instantly kill him on melee champions, right? If this was a Zyra, and you guys had CC so she couldn't ult or root, yeah, this would be good, right? But or like a Nami or something like that. But the tankier ones like Alistar, Braum, Blitz, whatever, always be careful when trying to like assassinate them. You gotta recognize what you're trying to do, and what you're trying to do here, I think, is kill him and then run, right? Because you can't fight after you kill him. There's no way. There's no way you should be able to fight 2v4 after you kill him. So you either don't do this or you have to kill him, right? So in this case, you probably shouldn't go for this, right? And one thing to note, if you want to like, this is like an advanced topic, but you should try to avoid any kind of plays unless you have flash. Right?
Okay.
You don't have flash, so whenever I look at my summoners, I'm like, do I have flash or not? No, I don't have flash. I play super safe and I only follow up. If I have flash, then my options are like opened up, right? Like if you had flash in this example, maybe you could have killed him and then like flashed out. Obviously, like Twitch can flash after you, but this would be like an example of, you know, maybe flash would make this play work. But since you don't have like that many tools at your disposal and you're like don't have the numbers advantage, there's no way you can like kill this guy and get out, right? Like a lot of people justify this by saying, oh yeah, I mean like we killed someone 2v3, but you also had a shutdown and you're also like super strong and Twitch is scaling, and these are all factors that make it so that you don't want to do this kind of play, right? So
okay, that makes sense.
Always try and figure out what exactly are you trying to get out of any kind of play you're trying to do, right? In this example, it was this guy is free or we're dead, right? So kind of like high risk, high reward, right? So as a result of that, even though your team spawns, there's always like a snowball effect, right? This guy could have gotten caught after that, and then you're like team. You've seen it all the time, right? Someone gets caught, the 4 people spawn, and then they like suicide 4v5. It's like, what the hell is going on? That's like a result of what happens, right? Like, what if this guy does a stupid play and you're dead? Something like that, right? You always want to be alive so that you can make a difference on the field, right?
Okay.
Like I don't know what's going on here, but that's kind of insane, right? Like if your team dies, it's like what is like what is going on? I don't even know. They're actually what the fuck? That's actually really funny, but you know what I mean? Like, look, your team got shut down. They're doing stupid shit, and you like it's obviously not your fault, but you know maybe if you hadn't made any mistakes, they might not have like killed themselves or something stupid like that, right?
Or I could have took mid tower or something.
Yeah, exactly, right? In this game, it's all about you can't control your teammates, right? So it's all about you. Pushing this and push another wave, and you go do something else. This is good. Keeping up the farm. Oh yeah, you can take this tower too. That's nice. Unless his Twitch is here. So when you see, when I see that, people are missing. Okay. This is good. I was gonna say, well, if you know where Zach and Blitz are, you can 1v1. But if you don't know where they are, then you have to assume they're coming for you, right?
Well, I saw them on the map for like a second, so I knew I had time to get at least a couple hits on the tower. Which that's what I was doing there.
Okay. Interesting. Going for the fight here can be good. It's just kind of scary if they have a TP or like a blitz on the side or something, right? Like that, right? How do you 1v2?
Yeah.
It'll be hard. It's doable, but it'll be hard. You need a really good call. Here. Here you can probably just go for this.
I completely whiff my autos.
Dude, that's like as long as you get a good call, doesn't matter. This would be a good ultimate if you hit all the shots, right? It was like kind of close, but
yeah.
Nice try.
Should I have angled it a little bit lower?
You want to stand here, right? And
Oh,
the reason why is you're like, you want to escape if something goes wrong, but this blitz going around this corner, if you're standing here, and this blitz going around this corner if you're standing here, it's like the same thing almost. So
okay.
you either sit in this bush and you go for this, or you don't do it at all, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah. I guess you do with your autos, right? But what you want to do is stand here, and if possible, you want to get into auto range first and use your Blade of the Ring King first, right?
Okay.
You want to save your dash. You want to dash after you use like auto attacks, right? That's like the ideal. That's the best value. Alternatively, you can throw a W and then walk out. It's the same thing, right? You gotta get in auto attack range without using a dash. That's the best value, right? So the only reason
Okay.
this doesn't work is because of that, one, and two, the ultimate kind of got whipped, but it's fine. It's fine, right? A failed play. At least you didn't die, right? So
Yeah.
it's like a minor mistake, kind of. Right? If you want to like say push your advantage, that's how you push your advantage, right? Don't miss, pretty much. Get an auto attack range without using your E. That's like one of the things that Lucians generally do not know how to do, right? Usually they just E first and then auto Q auto, right? That's the thing that you see most common. But the best, like at the very top levels, they don't E first if they don't have to, right? Always get closer if they can, and then that's how they outplay people.
Okay.
Because you still have your E. So going for this tower should be good. Twitch is
And do
low
you think-
health. This could be bad actually. Oh yeah, TP. Oh yeah, he's dead. So let's go back to this. This is like, wait, what were you saying before? I think you were gonna say something.
Oh, I was just going to ask, do you think the Tabbies was a good buy versus Twitch?
That's fine. I would say that's fine.
Okay.
Like if you think about it, you buy tabbies for the armor, right? And if they have guaranteed damage on you, right? And what I mean by guaranteed damage is, they have a Talon, they have a Zed, they have a Kha'Zix, they have a Rengar, some stupid shit that will get on you, no matter what you do. Twitch, for example, can ult you no matter what you do. So tabbies is a good buy, right?
Okay.
When it's not a good buy is when they don't have that guaranteed jump on you, and then you're just like buy it anyways because you see Bang doing it or something. So this is good. This is a good buy. If you can justify it, it's a good buy, right? If you can justify it, that's the thing. So this is what I was going back to this earlier, but this is I see an objective, I get triggered. What can go wrong, right? I see this tower. You want this tower? What can go wrong? Okay, so you don't know where Zach is, so automatically you lose a 2v3, right? If Blitz lands his hook, you can't win, right? That's if he lands his hook. And you always got to assume he's going to land your hook on your support, right? So that's one thing that can go wrong. Two is the TPs. You think you have Renekton TP, but let's be honest, your team rarely TPs when you need it. And even if he does TP, you're still outnumbered because your Rengar is kind of far off. So when I see this, what I think can go wrong is if you did not prepare your team to go for this, if you did not spam pings and say, yo, jungle start coming and top get ready to teleport, we're going to take this tower, then this is not a good play, right? Because the other team's going to do it and then there's nothing you can do, right?
Right.
So, like Rengar is like doing a camp. He doesn't even know what's going on. So he's not on the same page, right? Morg is gonna get here too late for her to do anything, but like Annie can kind of follow whatever. And then Renekton's like doing fucking red or something, so he doesn't know what's going on. Actually, I don't know what he's doing, but he was like, he's doing something. I don't know. He does not see this because he's not TPing, right? So
Right.
So yeah, if you wanted to go for that, you needed to have told your team that, and they had to be on the same page. Otherwise, you just don't go for stuff like this. Remember, every time you see an objective, it must be triggered, right? So if you want to talk about like the impact of like trying to force down that tower, it was like wasted tempo. You lose the dragon, you lose Rengar ult, and then you're probably gonna lose this tower because numbers advantage, right? And then the advantages you got was like you got like 2 waves for Renekton top, and that's about it. So this dragon's definitely gone, right? So
just be wary of like top lane TP and don't trust your team to follow up is what you're saying basically.
But yeah, like that. But more importantly, every time you see an objective, what can go wrong, right? Every time you see an objective, what can go wrong? You don't need to brute force those towers to win games, right? What is like the most common way to take a tower in solo queue is not by brute forcing like that and then teleport outplay or whatever. That's like LCS, whatever. The most common way to take towers in solo queue is someone on the other team kills themselves and you guys take a free tower, right? Does that sound accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like the most common way you lose towers is someone on your team kills themselves and then they just like take a free tower, right? So wait for those opportunities. Don't try and force towers.
Okay.
Pretty much. You pretty much never want to try and force towers in solo queue. It's like almost never gonna work unless you can do it by yourself, right? If you can do it by yourself, you see it's a 4v4 up top and it's you versus Twitch. You can force that tower because you can 1v1 him. If you can do that, you go for it, right? Otherwise, you try to avoid doing that stuff. Right now you guys are just forced to watch them take the dragon. What can you do? Surprisingly, no one's stopping this Renekton. Okay, this is either gonna go really well or really bad. Okay, it's looking okay so far. Wow, it's looking pretty good actually. Okay, not bad follow-up. That was good. You played that relatively well, I would say.
I did get hit by the Q though.
Yeah, you got hit by the bind, but at the end of the day, I guess it didn't matter because they have 3 champions that do no damage, and the Fiora went top or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Their team comp was bad, but you played that relatively well. I would say. Honestly, you could have played it. You could have suicided. It wouldn't have mattered. You guys would have won that fight. So this is good. Here, you probably call Baron. But if you don't, that's fine. It could be kind of risky, but I would have just been like, all right, let's go Baron right now. Getting tower like this, like, see, you get this bot tower because they killed themselves trying to dragon, right? For example.
Right.
You don't need to force towers. Going for another tower. Okay, yeah, no, I agree. That makes sense. You probably get this and run. They can't really do Baron. So all you have to do is just hit this tower and then you guys run, right? So that's free. You gotta definitely watch out for their re-engage. And then you back, right? Now you're in a winning position. Good. Okay, so far so good. Always be conscious of like how they engage. You never want to be the guy that gets engaged on as the AD carry, right? So if I'm looking at this, it's like hook, bind, Twitch, play the ranking, and then like Zac jump, right? So less so Twitch, more so the other 3. So whatever is going on here, I don't know, but that's a free kill, right? Free kill, free tower, or Baron, right?
Right.
Like I said, it's just don't if you are not the guy who kills himself, the other 9 players in the game will kill themselves, right? And by that logic, you have 4 people on your team with suicidal, and they have 5 people on their team with suicidal. Guess who dies more, right? The other team. So
okay, yeah.
That's the way I think about it. Oh, okay, that's awkward. So okay, what do you have? You still have your E. So this is a case of just like walk away, right? You don't have to E to get away from this guy, right? If you think about it logically, he's going to auto attack Q you, right? So if you wanted to E at any point, you don't E the auto attack, you E the Q, right? You E Fiora's Q, right? To make it so she can't get a vital point. So using your E is very it's your trump card, right? Use it usually not for damage, but to dodge something, to escape with your life, or to kill someone, right? If you use it, you gotta kill someone. If you use it for damage, you gotta kill someone, right? So when I see this, it didn't satisfy any of the 3 requirements, right? Sure, she's gonna hit you, but since you have the Blade of the Ruin King on, you can just walk away, right? So she hits you once and that's it, and then if she chases, she dies. So if you use your E here, it's kind of like wasted, right? And you see that it is kind of wasted because you get hit by the bind as a result.
Right.
So be very mindful when you use your E. On the flip side, the argument you can use is that you have flash, right? But you never really want to force your flash, and you didn't really expect the bind anyways, right? So when in doubt, really just run away. Like I don't really know how you kill this Zac, so I'd be hitting him, but I wouldn't be tunnel visioning on him. Tunnel visioning on him, if that makes any sense. If I were you in this case, I would be like right click him and I'd watch this Fiora and I'd watch this Morgana, right? I wouldn't even like watch his Zac unless I knew he had his jump up, right? So
okay.
When in doubt, just run. When in doubt, just run, right? So if you guys lose the fight, that's because of that. You guys probably don't lose the fight because Blitz killed himself earlier, but this just means that you don't get more out of this, right? If you want to like win games and carry games, you can't be the guy who dies, right?
Okay.
You can't let your team carry you all the time, right? Okay. Kind of interesting what's going on here, but this has nothing to do with you after the fact. Okay,
Yeah.
your team is killing themselves now. It's a cycle. It's a cycle, right? They kill themselves, we kill ourselves. This happens every game. Anyways, okay, this is really good. Like, if you want to see the value of a good call, right there, right? Their top lane, you're just literally full to zero their top laner with your call, right? It's sad that you didn't get him, but at the very least, you're probably gonna get this tower or Baron control because of that. Oh wow, you killed, right? Exactly.
Do you think that was worth using my flash right
I was
there for
actually
that?
about to say that. Do you think that's worth? And if you can get Baron or Baron control, or you got a shutdown off of that, yeah, that's worth. But if not, then maybe not so much, right?
Okay.
I would say yes in this case. He has a hella death timer, so you guys should be able to safely get control over Baron, right? Because they have no Fiora, they can't just face check bushes. So it should be worth. It should be worth in this case.
I don't think we get anything out of it. I'm not sure though.
Even though it doesn't really look like it, the fact that you guys are up in here without the Zac being able to jump on you guys is already like kind of worth, if that makes any sense.
Okay, yeah.
When it's not worth is when you've already won the fight and you can go Baron, but you flash to kill their support. That's when it's not worth, right? When you've already won a fight and you don't need it to like continue, if that makes any sense. If you use
That
it to,
makes
like,
sense.
chase or something like that, and then it's like even though you got the kills, they didn't really do anything. Then it's not worth. But here, like, look, you guys are just sitting in here. This what can they do? Their Fiora's walking here now, so it's like good control.
And that was all just because of flash for Fiora?
It's not all because of it. It's part of it, right?
Okay.
A large part of it is because they're losing, right? But the fact that their top laner is dead made it so that they absolutely cannot even try to contest, right?
Okay.
Even if they were losing, maybe they could try and do something sneaky and catch someone out, but there's no chance after you kill her, right? So this could be risky, but hey, man, if your team's going for this, sure, why not? The main thing to note here is that no matter what happens at this fight, you don't die. So that means you don't get hit by binds, you don't get hit by slingshots, you don't get period, right? Anything that happens, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So you keep yourself alive no matter what happens in this fight. Because if you keep yourself alive and the rest of the 9 players are trying to fight for this Baron, you can clean up, right? As the AD carry.
Okay, yeah.
So here you either sit up, you sit where a lot of AD carries sit out here so they can escape this way. You don't do that because you're Lucian. You sit back here so you can dash out or you can dash over, right?
Okay.
Don't be in this spot where they can come for you. Okay, so the turn, you guys go for the turn, that's fine. You can go back to the bear. Oh wow, what's going on? So yeah, you should kill the Zac before you try and do this. This should be a one fight. Okay, let's go back to this. This is the cult thing, right? When in doubt, hold on to it. He's just gonna walk away, right? So
I saw them work with stun, but I think I overestimated how long the any stun was, I guess. I don't know.
you just got knocked out by the Baron. So whenever, I know, like, it would have been good if you got him right when he got stunned, but whenever something cancels your plans, you gotta stop, right?
Okay.
Like if your teammate misses, it stops your plan. Everyone stops. Everyone backs off because you don't know what's going on after that. So if that ever happened to me, if I was ready to call as any stun and I got knocked out by the Baron, I'd be like, all right, back off. Like, I gotta keep myself safe. I don't know what's going on, right? So yeah, that's just one thing to note. This should be free. This guy kills him. Like, what is he doing, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is Diamond 3, right? This is supposed to be the upper tiers of like solo queue or whatever. Like, this guy just kills himself. I don't know. All you gotta do is not be that guy, and you will easy wins. Easy wins. I promise. Easy wins. Be that guy who makes 0 mistakes, because when you make 0 mistakes in solo queue, it's like everyone on the other team is gonna make a mistake, and then you will profit from that, right? So if you make 0 mistakes, you give up 0 advantages, you're gonna win every game. Like, even though you made a few mistakes this game, you're still like slaughtering these guys, right? What does that tell you? If you make 0 mistakes, like, you're a god, right? So this is a free Baron after all that went down. One thing to note is that this is what I learned recently, but after you get Baron, if you're not immediately getting something right now, like if you're not getting this inhibitor, you back. Everyone backs.
Okay.
That's what should happen. Because if you push this out and you siege this tower and they're alive, it's a 5v5, but you guys haven't bought yet. And if you back first and you push out and you siege this tower, it's a 5v5, but you guys have already bought, right? So that's the difference. 4 seconds, and you guys are like super fast coming out of base, everyone should reset unless you can immediately get something. Immediately get something.
Okay.
So here, I don't know if you can immediately get something, but it looks like their Twitch kills himself before his team is up or something like that. Oh, he like gets away with no health. Your Rengar kills himself. All right, sure. So yeah, you guys don't. There's no way you guys get that inhibitor. Okay, yeah. So should have backed right. So this is gonna be awkward. So that guy's dead. Leave him. Let him die. You can like you literally can't do anything. So you don't do anything. So this is good. I like that you're not like suiciding for these plays, except for that one time you went for the blitz, right?
I think I suicide again right here.
It's possible if you auto Q, auto E, auto, right? But if you use your E to gap close, you can't win, right? Right? If you use your E to gap close, you can't win, right? Like I said, there's no way. You don't have flash, so I was considering you can one shot this guy if you have flash, right? If you W flash auto Q auto E auto or W flash auto E auto Q auto, you can kill him. But if you can't get that down, you can't. You just gotta kill him or something, right? You can't dash over, right?
So just the main thing is just save the dash.
Yes. Main thing is save the dash. Unless you're literally so fed that you don't need to save the dash. Right? You need to auto attack reset with a dash is what we're really getting at. For the killing someone, auto attack reset for the dash is very important. For dodging something, if you dodge like a bind or a hook, you've won literally just by dodging it with your dash, right? So that's what we're getting at here. And I just know you just don't have the damage to kill this guy without doing the auto attack reset, right? That just comes from playing enough, right? Like if you do everything, I don't know how you kill this guy without that, right? He even had heal, so it's kind of questionable, but
yeah.
Can't win, right? So then you guys get chased down. What can you do? So if you want to study it back here, I don't know if I would help this in the first place, but that was good, and then you just like leave. So whenever you're in a team fight, prioritize your life first.
Okay.
And then if you see the play, like I said before, if you can W do the full combo after flashing over the wall to kill the Twitch, if you think you can do it, you go for it. Like you see it in your head, and there's no way he can get away. You go for it. But if you can't do that, then you play towards playing safe and hitting the closest guy, right? So.
See, and you said something about the Twitch shield. See, one of my problems is that like I'll time like a summoner, but then I don't think about it again, and I don't really take advantage of their summoners being down. I guess in a way, like sometimes I do, but I don't keep.
I got you. So you type it in chat, right?
Right.
So.
Or
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say I just click it in the tab menu, but yeah.
Okay, so what I do is it's good that you recognize that you should do that, right? But the hard part is reminding yourself over and over again when it's up, right? So what I do is I type it in chat and I copy paste it, and every time I can't see it in the chat, I enter it again, right?
Wait, how do you copy it?
Control C, Control V.
Oh, okay.
Like I type it all out. Like I do this, like 1040 80. Oh, whoops, that's awkward. But I press enter. I do that, and then copy paste, right? And then someone flashes after that, and I'm like, all right, 11 jungle, copy, right? And then paste, and then enter, right? And then when it's past 10 minutes 40 seconds, or it's about to be 10 minutes 40 seconds, I'll have all this 15 mid and then 15 top TP or something like that, or something like this. Then I'll just like Control V this out, and then like cut all this out, and then copy paste, enter, right? That's what I do. So it's always in the chat, literally always in the chat. If I can't see it because people are buying or pinging or some stupid shit, I'll enter it again.
Okay.
So
that's a good tip.
It's definitely good to know for your counterparts flashes, right? Because then you're like, yo, does he have flash or does he not have flash, right? Pretty important. So this is just normal, waiting for a team fight to break out. Perfectly fine. Usually you don't want to start stuff by yourself, so that was kind of cheeky. Just auto attack that guy.
You think it was risky?
I thought it was kind of risky. Like if you went on you lose your flash. I mean, you lose your dash. And your dash is kind of important, but I mean, it was. I mean, I don't know what he was aiming for. Like, what the hell was he aiming? I don't even know, dude. He was like aiming at the Annie who flashed. I sure, dude. But I would just let him do whatever, man. Unless you can bait it out and you think you can bait it out safely, then go for it. I personally always play to the safe side. So yeah, this is a good hitting the closest guy. You're gonna win. I already know you're gonna win this fight, right? Because you're already hitting their tanks and they're not doing anything to your tanks, so you already won, right? As long as you don't die, you win, right?
Right.
That's how this fight plays out. 100%, 100%. How can can't go wrong. Unless this Renekton kills himself right now, you guys have already won this fight, right? This guy gets GA'd, sure. Full combo him, he's dead. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's back it up.
Okay.
You just need to play over here. You don't need to be this far back though. Honestly, you want to be able to auto attack this guy when he comes out, right? I know you're like afraid of like maybe him flashing after you for the Q or something, but the way to play around that is to play at his flash Q range and you dash away from it, and then Karma will take care of the rest, right? So
okay.
Don't be this, because if you play this far out, like using your ult for him, you shouldn't have to use your ult or your flash for this guy. But that's that's honestly a minor point in terms of team fighting at this rank. At this rank, all you gotta do is not die. That's like it's free. It's free. You guys are in a winning position. You hit the closest guy. You didn't die, even though you burned your flash and your ult. It didn't even matter. You won, right? So, it may matter when you're going for this inhibitor, but I doubt it, right? So, it shouldn't matter. Okay, good. Get this inhibitor and run, and then everyone's happy, and then you can close out the game by going to another lane or waiting for Baron. Doesn't matter. As long as no one gets hooked, you guys win, right? So, yeah, getting the red is good. Your team's doing something weird. That's not you at all. Gonna join the team, right? One at the tower. What can go wrong? Looks like you guys already killed someone, so it doesn't matter. 4v5, free tower, right? Literally kills himself, free tower. Like I said, you never need to force down a tower. Every tower we've seen taken this game has been a result of someone making a bad play first, right?
Right.
So never make that bad play and always follow up on your team's good plays, and you will win. You'll win those towers at the very least, which is what you want. Whenever you see like you will know if a player is like not good at the game, like macro wise, if they say, "Yo, we need towers," right?
Okay.
That doesn't mean, it literally means nothing. Like, yeah, we need to win a fight so we can get towers. We can't just brute force 5-man down a tower. That literally makes no sense. So don't listen to those people. Anyways, this is just free. Literally just hit the closest guy and it's free money, right? So good. And you win the game off this. So that's really good. So for the most part, Jesus Christ. All right, anyway, dude, honestly, it's pretty good. It's just if you have look how many kills and assists you got, just by like staying alive. You didn't do anything super crazy or super special, right? All you had to do is not die in these fights and not start bad fights, right? Don't get caught, stuff like that. The only dicey parts were when like we went for like the killing the blitz over the wall, or recognizing that in an all-in lane everyone's like traded away health and it's dangerous, or if I see an objective, what can go wrong, right? Beyond that stuff, it looks pretty good. If you want to talk about mechanics, hold on to your ult, right? Hold on to your ult. If you want to talk about mechanics, hold on to your ult. That's number 2 though. That's second priority. First priority is your E, right? You need to get into auto attack range without using your E, or you have to use it to dodge stuff, auto attack cancel, the stuff we discussed, right? And you'll be fine from all that stuff. I think flashing after Fiora, that's good. A lot of the team fights were well played, right? A lot of the combos were well played. It's like, it looks pretty good, right? If you play like this every game, looks like you'll climb. So I think most of the proms, if you can call them proms, were the kind of random deaths, if that makes any sense. Recognize that at an objective, what can go wrong, and play around that, right? At an objective, what can go wrong, play around it. So like trying to force down the tower. If your team does something stupid and you think it's dumb, don't follow them. So if you follow like those 3 rules, and I would suggest working on one specific thing every game for like a whole day until you get better at it. Like if you want to like focus on mechanics for like this week, just be like, all right, today, tomorrow, and the day after, I'm gonna work on using my E, not to gap close, but as an auto attack reset, or to use to dodge something, right? Something like that. and then you work on that only work on that, and then
Okay.
once you're like good at that, then you focus on the next thing, right? So then you'd be like, all right, now I want to work on timers. So you start doing a copy paste into chat kind of thing for flash timers and stuff.
Which one do you think is most important to work on first? The dash, probably?
Um, Honestly, I think your mechanics are really good for the most part. It's not the mechanics are not like what's holding you back from climbing to like Diamond 1 or Masters if that's your goal, right? I think what's holding you back are the like let's watch these deaths real quick. Right. Challenging the blitz hook when you don't have to, right? Stuff like
Right.
that. Right. The needless deaths. The needless deaths. You just gotta cut back on all of those. And it's not like easy to do because it's not the same kind of death every time, right? But try to prioritize your life as much as possible. And I think working on your holding onto your E will like help you with that. But pretty much if you ever in a dangerous situation, if your like instincts are like telling you that this is not good, just run. I think if you work on that for a few games and you have 0 deaths every game, if you can get 0 deaths every game, you're gonna win every game. Trust me. If you lose a game you have 0 deaths on, that game was not winnable in the first place. So,
Unless you AFK.
yeah, or something like that. But if you work on having 0 deaths, 100% every time, I think that'll help a lot. Recognize anytime there's a risky situation, you just run. Honestly, you don't need to win risky situations to win solo queue. You just run. So.
Okay.
But there are a lot. If you want to look back and go over other things, I think there's a lot of stuff to look at coming to this. I'll put this on YouTube and stuff so you can watch after.
Okay.
So
Sweet.
yeah, any questions? You want to review anything? You want to go over anything?
Well, it's been an hour, so I'm just putting that.
There's fine. The hour's like a soft limit. Let's be honest.
Okay.
I don't mind going over.
Honestly, you went over everything really well, but I'll be definitely getting another session with you with a different game. So.
Have you seen my team fighting breakdown post on Reddit by any chance?
I don't think so.
Oh, wait, hold on. This is a good example. This is actually it comes to mind because I played Lucian in here. Let me see.
Oh yeah, I think I have. It's where you played like a 1v5 basically.
Yeah. Literally, all the principles I talked about today is in there, right? Holding onto your E, holding onto your ult, only hitting the closest guy unless you see something else, and letting your team die if they do some stupid shit, right? Let me see this. I think this is it, right? So if you want to, let's watch this real quick and then call it a day. If that's all the questions. So if you want to go back to this, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Sure, run away. Team is fighting. A little bit my fault because I got caught first, but whatever. Sure. This is all good. I can't chase, right? AP Echo is kind of strong. Karma kills herself, not my problem, right? People are killing themselves left and right. Like Misfortune kills herself, not my problem. Sejuani's gonna die. I can't help her. Don't help her, right? And then when you see the play, right? Still don't see anything, right? Just trying to hit the closest guy. That was actually a mistake, dashing in, right? That's me getting desperate because I see my whole team dying and we're gonna lose the game. So this is a mistake by me actually. But Rek'Sai makes a mistake by going after that as well, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, my whole team is dead. Do I see anything? And I still have my ult, right? If I'd used my ult early in the fight, there'd be actually nothing here, right? Besides killing 1 or 2 guys. But because I have my ult and they make their mistake, when you spot the mistake, I promise you, the way you played, you will find the mistake, right? It'll be very obvious to you. Some players will not be able to capitalize because they just don't know how to like fight aggressively or like make the play or whatever. It looks like you do. Like you're not afraid to hit people, so that's good. So all you have to do is hold on to that, right? Hold back, pretty much.
Okay.
Like don't go you're like too far over the line. Pull back, right? Some people are not even at the line. I'm like you. I have to pull back. So you hold on to everything until you see something, right? And then because you hold on to your stuff, you're gonna win. You're gonna clean up the fight, right? It's like even though it's like a 1v5, it's still winnable. That's like how important it is to stay alive as an AD carry, right? Because you're alive, you can do stuff like this. If you're dead, you can't do anything like this. So pretty much stay alive. 100%. Stay alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. By the way, just an added note, that play is freaking amazing. Like,
Thank you. I thought it was actually not that great, but
really?
yeah, there were a lot of
I've never-
mistakes in here that I could have like fixed, but in the
I've never
moment,
seen
it looks good in the moment, right? Like if you want to talk, about like what I could have done better. This is all mechanics. Nothing in here. This is what you want. All your mistakes are mechanics. That's what you want at the end of the day. None of my mistakes here were decision-making mistakes. All my mistakes were mechanical mistakes, and that's why I'm kind of like upset about it because it's hard to improve on mechanical mistakes. What you can do is QSS his knockup, so you can instantly kill this Rek'Sai, right?
Okay.
If you QSS it, you auto Q, auto, whatever. He dies. Or if I don't QSS this, I can go back here. I can QSS up this way because I get the move speed, right? And I dodge the back end of the RAQ, right?
Oh yeah, okay.
Right, stuff like that. It would have let me live against Echo because this Echo is gonna eat me no matter what because he's in that mindset that gotta kill the AD carry, right? So I would have been able to kill this guy too, right? So it would have literally been 1v5 if I played that better. But that's what you want. You want your mistakes to be mechanical. So work on the non-mechanical aspects first, right?
Okay.
That's what I would recommend. Unless your mechanical mistakes are like holding on to your E, then maybe focus on that a little earlier. But I think I think I gave you some things to work on. Try and work on them one at a time because if you try and focus on all of them at the same time, it's like too hard. You gotta like work on one thing at a time. Even if the other aspects of your game like deteriorate a little bit because you're focusing on this one thing, it'll help a lot. Trust me.
Okay.
Because you'll have confidence that you already know how to do all that other stuff. Just fix up this first and then put it all together, right? So, I think that'll help you a lot.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Dude, no
And
problem.
I'll be getting another session with you. I'm not sure when, but sometime soon.
Sounds
if
good.
possible.
Sounds good. Any questions? Feel free to ask me on Discord. Use me as a resource. I'm always online, so I can answer questions.
Sweet. All right. Talk to you later, man.
Yep. Have a good one.